And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Voting Tuesday. Well, for those of the states at least, hope you guys got your ass out and voted because your voices do matter. And that's as much as I'm going to talk about politics tonight. Like I said, apologize for yesterday. Work got in the way again. This week, slated to be, tomorrow should be all right. Rest of the week should be all right. Next week, and the next week should be slow. The following week of the 17th is going to be absolute insanity. So be prepared for probably lack of shows on that week. Beyond that, I don't know, guys. We're still doing the audio. We left off Friday night. Death Row A6. We finished section 2 with 0 EVPs. Which means we got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 EVPs on section 1. Now we're starting into section 3 tonight. It doesn't look too busy until we get up until about 26 minutes through about 44 minutes. So about 20 minutes of good audio to go through. We'll jump through the silent spaces, of course. Hopefully get some evidence tonight. So, you know what? Let me get this cleaned off a little bit. Go ahead and get my... Oh, yeah, my beer cracked. I deserve this today. I 100% deserve that first sip of beer. And of course, I do it on the show. I've got issues. Again, since I didn't do a show yesterday, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I know I just want to send a special shout out to Tammy, formerly of Nevada State Prison Paranormal. She's been under the weather, so if she happens to see this, Susan or Chris, sending the well wishes out to her. Don't like seeing any of my friends sick. So our post saying she hadn't been this sick in a while. Probably the flu. You know, that weather changing from the nice, warm weather into that cool, crisp mountain air. Especially, being up in the California, Sierra Nevada area. Or I know she lives about 4 hours outside Carson. So, not sure what the weather is there, but going back and forth, that mountain climate into the cold will get you. Every single time. So like I said, yeah, you can see Brent's kind of got the beard coming in a little bit. Starting to look like a cholo. Hey, los otros locos. Don't worry, I will never do that again. Yeah, let's get into some audio and see if we can catch something. I believe I actually did that. Wah, wah, wah. So what time is it? It is 5:30. Okay. Should be able to get in a good show tonight. We've got an hour and 11 minutes of audio to go through. Maybe we can get this recorder out of the way. But I doubt it. Wait for a couple of people to get in here. And then I'll have my shot. Oh, yeah. God, I'm stuck on the 80s. I had freaking 80s metal playing all day today at work on my computer. Some Dawkins, some Warrant, some Skid Row, some Poison, some Warrant, some Motley Crue. Yeah, Warrant's up. There's probably 2 shots left in that bottle. So how much can we maybe amplify this without it getting too blown out? Let's try 7. Okay, that'll do. Okay, I think that'll do it. Still too bright, but we'll deal with it for now. And we're over in women's. That's definitely women's. So I'm talking to Sebastian. Why am I getting saturation here? This is getting weird. Okay, that's still too much saturation. What the hell? Uh, I know why. All right. Easy fix. It took me a second to realize it. shots in there. You know what, guys? Here's to the election. May they both lose. Now let's focus on EVPs. I was kind of hoping to see everybody in here tonight. Haven't seen Sims in a hot minute. Haven't seen Explicit. A couple other people I'd really like to see in here. A couple of my OGs like MDS and Corgi, even Deads, you know. Shit, get everybody in here tonight. But again, everybody's out voting. Was gonna wear the football gear tonight, but it's like, nah. I'm not gonna, stir the hornet's nest. 8-0. Quiet shit. I don't think we're getting anything until we get up to this middle section to where I think we're actually in death row. So we might have to just jump up to her and see what happens. We'll give it a few more minutes, guys. We ain't got nothing else to do. Do gotta say though, we finally got our new cable guy at work. He started yesterday. Started getting on his training courses. So I get to certify 2 people on the forklift next week. See the enthusiasm. That's an EVP. Turn around. I'm right in here. Turn around. I'm right in here. Is what I'm hearing. Let's see if that's what it says. Okay, we're on to something. We are on to something. Turn around. I'm right in here. Turn around. I'm in here. That's a good EVP. Let's get her saved. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a hiccup trying to type that out. What's going on, Corgi? How you doing, bud? So, one for the counter. 30-11. Yeah, about time we got one. It's been, what, 2 shows since we got an EVP? How you been feeling there, Korg? You're right. That's the way the game is played. You've been here long enough to know we've gone a week without an EVP. So we're talking at least 5 or 6 shows, if not more, without it so much as a speck of evidence. Shit happens. But evidence like this actually makes up for the quiet time. You know, it's like, hey, turn around. I'm in here. Yeah? You in there. We got you. Can't say I'm full of shit anymore. No matter what they do to you, you're entirely full of shit. I'm surprised you're so full of shit, your eyes ain't brown. And if they drained it all out of you, your eyes would be blue. Corgi, with you, it'd be like watching a fuel gauge go down. You just see the brown slowly turn into blue. That shows the shit drained out of you right there. Just saying. I'm so full of shit, my eyes are brown. I say that all the time here on the show. All I've done sit for last 2.5 days is sit on the throne. Stomach flu. A couple people I know have had that. So if that's it, I feel for you. So literally the shit drained out of you. Like a fuel gauge. Just you know what? Corgi, this is for you, bud. Cheers. I hope you feel better. Everybody wants to say hi, Jack. Say hi to everybody, bud. It's a Jack. As I've always said, I have never, ever in my life seen a cat as so clingy as Jack. He literally, like, when I go to bed, just burrows against me. And it's like, and he just purrs so loud I can't even sleep. It's like, little shit's loyal. I'll give him that. He is definitely loyal. Why does that keep doing that? Okay, that's better. Poor kitty, right? It's a poor Jack. You know, and being that we did get one minuscule EVP out of us being in the other room across the hall, we can't just jump forward. Because we're probably going to get something else. I'm good with that. About beat some old dude with his cane this morning. Corgi, do tell. How can you beat a guy with a cane? What are you, frickin' Buznik in anger management? Beat some blind guy with a cane? Oh no, that was the cocktail waitress. You assaulted a. Was he blind? Or was he just senile? Just. The scene from anger management and the bar just pops into my head on that one and be like, dude, you almost beat a guy with a cane. We're not quite sure how blind he was, but damn. Or were you at the doctor and he just pissed you off? Got in my face, he thought I was going to give a sermon about Orange Man when I went to vote. I love people doing that at polling places. One, I could have you arrested on the spot. Talking about voter intimidation. I will restrain you until the cops arrive. I will have you arrested for voter intimidation. I don't care which side of what. Let me pause this. And I will get a little political here for a second. You guys know I don't do this on the show. I avoid it like the plague. I do have a couple people in here overseas. If I voiced my political opinion, I would never have any viewers. I'm very serious when I say this. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. Don't intimidate. Don't try the bullshit. We're going to support who we're going to support. I don't care if you're conservative, Democrat, Republican, liberal, libertarian, whatever. I don't care if you're communist. I don't care if you're Marxist. I don't care what you are. You have a right to voice your opinion. That's what makes this country great. You know, we're very diverse. I will not hesitate to say I am a ultra conservative. I don't believe in big government. There's my 2 cents. I do believe the government needs to have some programs to help people, but I will not threaten people. I will not intimidate people. I will have intelligent conversations with people if they want to have them. But when people from both sides resort to verbal attacks, physical attacks, when they can't win an argument, they resort to name calling, what's the use? This is why I don't get into it unless I have to. We all have our views. That's what makes this country great. We're not always going to agree. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's have a drink. Back to audio.
Are you in here?
All right. I don't think we need to amplify any of this. For the next, from 26 minutes up into 43 minutes. So 17 and a half minutes of audio. I don't think we're going to need to do anything to. Might need to clean it up a little bit. I don't think we're going to need to amplify. There's a sip left. I feel like Peter Griffin. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Or no, that was James West. That was not Peter Griffin. That was James West. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, half a shot. Just us coming in for the recorder. Light's dead. Wait. But it's still. Only reason I was going to use the cane is it's illegal to carry in a polling place. I think you're right on that. Because it revolves around federal elections, I do believe you're right on that. Because it's a polling place, it turns federal. even though it's in a public place during an election, I think it turns federal. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think once a community center or wherever the elections are held, any public place that holds an election, once it turns political, it's federal property because it revolves around the presidential election. So if my terminology is wrong, I apologize, but Corgi, yeah. I agree with you, bud. I was going to use the cane. Took his legs out, and yeah, that was all she wrote. Recording.
Who's blinking?
I don't know. You heard the beep. Oh. You heard the beep. I don't know. Does that excuse me? I don't know. That's an echo. That's a metallic echo. That's not an EVP. Bonk. You heard the beep. You're still recording with no light. Jesus, you're still 100%. Yeah. So what we're going to do here, nothing weird with that. No, there's nothing weird with that.
You have to use any power at all. That's weird to me.
We gotta do something strange here. So. All right, Brent, stop walking around. Investigate. So when I plug the Volta into the light.
Oh, weird. I'm getting sick to my stomach all of a sudden.
What's that?
I'm getting sick to my stomach all of a sudden. That's what happens to Joe.
Really?
Yeah. Like my mouth's starting to water.
Which one of you gentlemen are in here affecting Chris?
Who's here?
Okay, we're in death row right now. And Chris Pitzer, the docent who investigated with me the first night, yeah, you heard him. He's starting to get sick. He always gets sick down around the very last cell in death row. He said no matter what, every time he goes in there, he gets sick. Or sick stomach. Wish we could get more answers on that. I honestly think that's where the one inmate committed suicide. I've brought it up on the show before. His sentence was commuted from the death sentence to life in prison. Right after they commuted his sentence, he hung himself in his cell with the cord from his laundry bag. So, yeah, that's strange.
Orange dude, is that you?
Whoa. One of you gentlemen,
Orange dude, is that you? Orange.
Yeah.
Orange dude, is that you? dude, is that you? Orange dude, is that you?
That's a response. That's flat out a response. Now can we clean it up? That's the main question. Can we clean it? I hope. Okay. I think that's something, yeah. Okay. Can we... So something, yeah. That's a response.
Hornsby, is that you?
Hornsby, is that you? Yeah.
Hornsby, is that you? Hornsby, is that you? Hornsby, is that you? Hornsby, is that you?
Let's get that saved.
Hornsby, is that you?
Yeah, right at the end, you hear that, yeah. Hornsby, is that you? Yeah. So.
Hornsby, is that you?
Two in the box!
One of you gentlemen committed suicide in one of your cells after your execution date was commuted to life in prison. Story is that you killed yourself with, you hung yourself with the cord from your laundry bag. Could you come forward and tell me your name, please? And is that how you took yourself out?
If you're the horn guy, come out. Get on camera. Again. We like seeing you. Come on out. Ooh, weird. It feels weird in here.
Yeah, that's all.
There's something funny going on. All right, horn guy, I know it's you. I know it is. You remember me from when we did the Estes method with Michelle?
And for the people watching, these symbols are not of my doing. Please ignore the hatred on the wall. But this is history. We cannot prevent this. 11/27/2000.
24 years ago.
24 years ago.
All right, horned guy, come on out. Talk to us. Do something aggressive.
Someone wishes he was an artist or wank. Yeah, you're on death row. I'd like to see you do better. That is not a bad drawing. And whoever blacked out the tooth, you should be executed twice. What kind of shit is that, Brent? You ought to be executed twice. You desecrated somebody's artwork, so we should kill you twice. That's actually kind of funny. If you're going to hurt somebody's shit, we're just going to fuck you up. We're going to do it twice just to make sure you're dead. Oh, fuck, Brent. Just they blacked out the tooth on Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Didn't pay attention to that last year.
No. I think Michelle's horn guy is here.
The horn guy?
That's what I'm.
No, I'm just saying, I've showed you guys the picture of Jack Nicholson in death row where they blacked out the tooth. I'll see if I can find it real quick, but that's what I'm talking about. Somebody desecrated the drawing, and I said, since they're on death row, they ought to just execute him twice.
It's strong.
Yeah, it's really strong.
It is strong.
It's really strong in here. I'm getting like chest pressure. Something
I got my stomach's turning, my head's pulsating. I just feel it's here.
Isis. That's the picture. There's something here fierce.
I'm getting interactive.
So what are we gonna do? They blacked out Nicholson and put a cigar in his mouth. So it's right here. If you are here with us right now, I'm here with Chris. We're standing in front of cell A5. Could you come forward and touch this box that's sitting on the tray return? Yeah, Corgi, you have to admit. Here's Johnny. You got to admit, some of the questions that I've asked on investigations, I don't even think Zach Bagans has the freaking cojones to ask. I've gone way over the normal edge of questions and statements that I've made in there. They're relevant, but they're very, very ballsy, like you said. Ballsy little bastard, ain't you? You damn Skippy, I'm a ballsy little bastard. I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance from investigation to investigation at the prison. If each one could be my last, I want to make it memorable. I want people to think when they hear this evidence and analyzing, they're like, wait, wait. What did you just ask? You heard it right the first time. But I'll bring it back a few seconds so you can hear it again. And make sure to clip it because I might not ask that again. If you're the one affecting Chris, come forward and touch that box and affect it instead.
See it's weird. I think they know they can't harm me. They can't do anything. So they're trying really hard just to interact, you know?
Oh, yeah, it'll be memorable, all right. Took me 16 days to physically recover from the investigation, and roughly, well, let's see, September, over a month, close to a month and a half to feel mentally normal again. Like I said, I've only been back to normal mentally here about a week, week and a half. It took everything out of me, as I said, guys. So, like you said, it'll be memorable, all right? Oh, it was. Because I put myself into a situation that I could have controlled by saying no. But I went above and beyond. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance, and that's why I did it right. That's why I did it right. If I never get the chance to step foot in that execution chamber again, I can honestly say I have no regrets for what I said. I brought it to a point where I think I did it to where I wouldn't need to do it again. But I'm going to because I have more questions.
It's not negative.
Yeah. You don't have to affect somebody negatively to get their attention. Yeah, we do. It's prison.
I don't think they can anymore. There's too much.
So I do have to ask you, were you the one making all the noise? Dale, Dale, daylight come and me one go home. When Chris and I were talking over on the women's side, could you touch that box on the tray return, please? Could you touch that box on the tray return, please?
I hope your camera or something got that.
I've got 2 GoPros going with the mic, and I've got another one going right there, so we got it.
Sounds like one.
One step.
It sounded like one right there.
Were you the one making all the noise when Chris and I were talking over on the women's side? Could you touch that box on the tray return, please?
I don't think they can anymore.
Did we get him?
There's too much.
So I do have to ask you, were you the one making all the noise when Chris and I were talking over on the women's side? Could you touch that box on the tray return, please? Okay, I am talking so I didn't hear the footsteps. I've got Beetlejuice flashbacks. All good. I still want to see the new one, Beetlejuice. I want to see it so bad, but I'm going to wait for it to hit Netflix. Like I said, I remember when that came out, and I still watch it every time it hits TV. You know, it's a cult classic. You know, it's nothing will ever compare to the original for sure, but I just, yeah. 2 GoPros going with the mic, and I've got another one going right there, so we got it.
Sounds like one.
One step.
It sounded like one right there.
And that's the side Susan says all the activities are.
Well, that's where we got, so Michelle and I did Nesties in there. It was like 15 minutes long in the second cell. And the end cell where the GoPro is, that's where the heartbeat came from.
All right, we're going to say, we're going to move this box, guys, here. Here to A3 is called an EDI. EDI. Not after any cold, not after anything special.
You remember me in here sitting on the toilet, remember? Talking away, you talked about it a lot.
So, Could you touch that little box on the tray return and let us know of your presence, please?
Getting that feeling like when you're the roller coaster. Or
Just,
just drops, but it doesn't go away.
this might have been the guy by himself.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling, but it's not going away. It's like just nonstop.
I wish I would grab a notepad and forgot his name.
Didn't I put that notepad in?
When I walk back in here again. Is that a moment area for
Getting that feeling like when you're the roller coaster. Or
just,
just drops, but it doesn't go away.
this might have been the guy by himself.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling, but it's not going away. It's like just nonstop.
I wish I would grab a notepad and forgot his name.
Didn't I put that notepad in?
When I walk back in here again. Is that a moment area for That's not Chris or me. Okay, this is evidence. Okay, that's a pretty powerful voice. I'm surprised we didn't hear this one with our own ears. This is pretty good. That might be Chris. Maybe not. That's me after that something. This is going to be tough. This doesn't make any sense. That's not Chris. I thought it could have been. Okay, let's see what we can get here. Custom, no. Vocal enhancer, yes. Not sure. I think we're going to have to slow it down. I do think we're going to have to slow this shit down. It doesn't make any sense. That's what's weird. It makes no sense. This is evidence, but we can't figure it out. Let's really slow it down. Be after that something. Be after that something. Okay, let's save this. Let's see, can I clean this? Let's see if this helped at all. I bet this distorted the shit out of it though. I already asked this. Be after that something. I gotta save this. I know it's be after that something. So we're gonna save it as that for now. Be after that unknown. That last part is just destroying me right now. It almost sounds like it's a New York accent or an East Coast accent, a New York or East Coast accent, excuse me. After that noise, nose, nose, nose. It's like almost like a Boston accent for noise. Noise. Dude, you're after that noise. You're after that noise. That might be a spirit saying, you're looking for that noise. You're after that noise. I really think that's you're after that noise. At least that's what I'm hearing. I made a note to ask Susan. We'll see what her or Chris thinks. I don't want to spend all night on that EVP.
I already asked this, but A3, if this is the cell where you committed suicide when you were commuted from execution to life in prison, you took your life with the cord from your laundry bag.
I'm hearing this shit in your sleep. Me too.
You might give you peace. You heated it. 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 Could you do me a favor and light that box up, please? We might give you peace. You heated it. Draw the flame down. Do something to it. You heated it. Draw the flame down. Do something to it. You heated it.
One of those is Chris, the other isn't.
Draw the flame down. Do something to it.
That's Chris.
You heated it. Draw the flame down.
That's Chris.
Draw the flame down. Do something to it. 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 Draw the flame down. Do something to it.
Who's up here? That's not Chris.
Do something to it.
There's two voices there.
Do something to it.
Who's up here?
Draw the flame down. Do something to it. 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 Draw the flame down. Do something to it.
So we got Chris talking as well as an EVP on top of it. Save it. All right, so we got one here for sure.
Draw the flame down. Do something to it. Draw the flame down. Do something to it.
No.
Draw the flame down. Do
The
something
first part is Chris, the second isn't.
down. Do something to it.
Remember, Chris and I are the only ones in the prison. Chris saying who's up here doesn't make sense because it's him and I in there and that's it. But at the very first half is Chris. This is Chris right here.
Draw the flame down. Draw the flame down. Draw the flame down.
That's Chris.
Draw the flame down. Draw the flame down.
completely different voice. Because that's not me. That's flat out not me. So we got Chris talking and a spirit talking. Remember, this is night 1. Susan left early because she didn't feel good. It's only Chris and I on prison grounds. Or wait, Susan left early on night 2. Susan's still in the office because her back was bothering her. And that's not a female voice, that's a male voice. Okay, we got that. Let's go back to this. Well, Deads didn't make it this year, but it almost does. But this is also not Chris. That's got an East Coast accent to it. Okay, yeah, let's clean this up a little bit more just to be safe. Vocal enhancer, yes. You jerk, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're going to pass on this one. I think we might pass on it. You can something. You can something. We're going to pass on this one. Streamer's rights.
We know you're here. We heard all the ruckus when we were in women's. You don't gotta play shy now. We're not guards. We're not gonna do anything. We are on your side of the cell. Kid Rock. So this was the white trash cell. Question of the year 98.
So, I found a phone number and a name in one of the cells. I may or may not have looked up the name on Facebook. Found him. I'm not going to say if it was his or her. Because it was in death row, I was like, The number, I'm not going to say on air, of course. But I matched it up. And I went through their photos. And sure enough, it matched up as somebody who knew the person who was on death row. I was like, what are the freaking odds of that one? What am I going to message them and say, hey, this is going to sound kind of odd, but I'm a paranormal investigator, and I found this number inside death row cell in Nevada State Prison. Who's going to believe that? Be like, how'd you get my name? Well, what happened was, I do ghost hunts at the prison, and I found your name in one of the cells. Would you care to talk about it? That would be very disturbing. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought about it. I truly, truly thought about contacting him. But one, I didn't want to sound like a creeper. No, I don't think my ass would get shot or attacked, or I think they'd be like, one, how did you get this number? Or how'd you find my name? You know, hey, my name is Brent. I'm with Incarnate Paranormal here in Las Vegas. I investigate the prison every year for the past 5 years. I found your name written in death row on one of the walls. Very lightly scribbled. I wanted to reach out to you and see if you wanted to talk about who it was. I don't think that would be bad unless they did not want to conjure up negative memories. Nah, Corgi, I disagree. I don't think it'd be a creeper moment. It would more or less be confirming the history of the prison. Were they commuted to life in prison? Are they still on death row in Ely? Did they meet their maker in the prison? But I doubt they did, because it looks like later handwriting. So I doubt it was 2006-ish. Probably before that, unless they knew the convicted, which the last would have been related to Daryl Mack, which I doubt. I think it'd be an interesting thing to look into, but I try to go into as depth as I can about the prison. But contacting a relative or friend of somebody who was on death row, I think would honestly cross the line a little bit. And you're right, Corgi. I still wouldn't do it. I don't think I am.
Looks like somebody was tagged underneath.
Yeah, Corgi, I 100% agree with you. that's a female voice. Can I go home? Whoa. Killer EVP right there. Yeah, Corgi, that is creepy as fuck. That is something like...
I'm so scared.
That's something like everybody in prison. Especially since this is in death row. That sounds like a young, scared voice. Can I go home? It's like, no, you can't go home. You're on death row. Unless that might be the spirit of Sebastian, the little boy that roams that area. Let's get this saved. We're doing good tonight, guys. Like, get the fuck out and start burning sage or some shit. Corgi, you're not wrong. Get out and burn some sage or shit. Woof. Can I go home? It's chilling. As many, like I said, this is my 5th investigation of the prison. We've never gotten the EVP, can I go home? Whether that's the spirit of, like I said, of a prisoner, or the spirit of Sebastian, the little boy that could have possibly been killed in the Warm Springs Hotel before the prison was built. It's chilling nonetheless. This is big. 38, 34. And this is where we oof. The hair on my arms is standing up, guys. That rarely happens. That's happened like twice in like the entire time I've been doing this show. Is freaking me the fuck out. Can I go home? Oh my God. Can I go home? We've been told to go home. We've been told to get out. We've been told to go away. We've been told to fuck off. But we have not been asked, can I go home? Jesus, guys. Oh my God. With that being said, that is a perfect place to end the show for tonight. Can I go home? Just wow. I'll play this again on the show tomorrow night for those that missed it, because this is a huge, huge EVP. So that being said, Corgi, bud, I truly, truly thank you for being here tonight. Yeah, enough to make you rethink shit. You're not wrong. Anybody else who's watching this later, guys, you watch the VOD. You missed out on 5 EVPs tonight. And I didn't think we're going to get anything out of this section because we still have another 40 minutes of audio to go on this section before we hit the next one. What are we going to get into? Remains to be seen. So guys, have a great night. God bless, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks again.